All right, short upload today. I'm going to try to make longer videos. I suppose that's what everybody likes. Anyway, all right. So everybody's familiar with all the work I've been doing to clean that up. I was telling Gail tonight about this. This is the where they've pushed all the soil and boulders and everything out of the field and created this huge berm. On the other side of that is a stream. So if you were to go up here, look on the other side. Oop. Hey, it's underground. Well, actually it's ironic because right up there you can hear it. And then it goes underground, which is all right. Okay, so anyway, there's this huge berm, and you can see it's just rocks all the way down. It's a very cool berm, don't get me wrong, but it is sort of an impediment. So, and very unnatural looking. I mean, it's not too bad here and there. That's a huge berm, and it just kind of continues. This is what I did today. Pretty much where that wood chipper is, about as far out as this rose bush went. It's a multifloral rose. It's an Asiatic invasive, and man, that thing tangles itself everywhere. Half of what you see growing up in these trees is actually rose vine. I say vine because it just climbs. Some of this though is grape, and you can obviously see back in there that's Japanese honeysuckle. The good news is, at this point, when the rose is out of the way, it's so easy to deal with everything else. It'd be a piece of cake to get this cleaned up in here now. Well, I shouldn't say piece of cake. It'll take a half day, and then it'll be nice and clean. Again, it'd be nice to bring those piles down. Look at that. See that? Look at that. That is a baby hickory. Perfect time to get this cleaned up so that hickory can hopefully take without being distorted and shaped all crazy. These other trees, unfortunately, well, they're already distorted. But we got some good sycamores in there. The tops are dead. A couple of them have good holes in them. Probably offer some really good habitat for some birds. Not bad. But if I cut those vines, there'll be some vines up there. They'll eventually decay and crumble and fall out of the tree and stuff, but at least it'll give the tree a good fighting chance again. And some of this is actually, well, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see those. Phone's probably focusing on the wrong point. Those are flowers that actually might be serviceberry. Not 100% sure. I'll have to unbury it, but for the most part, the rose is falling in a hole there. For the most part, the rose is removed. Now, there's still more cleanup needed in here, don't get me wrong. But this is the easier part. The rose is really the hard part. Today I'll tell you, I almost want to put a video together about how to use a wood chipper. You learn your lessons sometimes the hard way. For instance, people will say, "Oh no, anything bigger than such and such size put through the the 3-inch tube, and anything smaller than that put through the big tube." That's not really a great rule of thumb, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you why. If you have a vine and it's less than, small in diameter, but very long, when you put it through the top, it just goes into a flail type drum. And that flail type drum is spinning at a high rate of speed, drags in the vine, and the vine is whipping around. And I'm going to tell you, you'll get a lashing. I got a few today. I got one with a big long rose bush. That hurt. Left a thorn right in my lip. So yeah, sometimes vines are better to put through the small hole, and it's still okay to put a big stuff through the top. Just depends. You have to use your head when you use the machinery, it turns out. Lesson learned. Anyway, the cool part about getting this kind of done is this will not take very long to clean up this whole section, because it's actually not as bad as it kind of looks on camera. Most of it is, there's actually a bunch of vines I've already killed in there. Most of them are grape, like I said. There are some species that are native and some species that are invasive. There are so many, I don't really even take the time to care. They are way overgrown. Trust me, there's way more than this to solve. So I'll get this fixed up. I'll get it cleaned up. That'll give me all the way to the end over there. And then I can start tackling this, which I think is going to be actually pretty easy. The fun part about this, okay, that's the kind of fun I have, is that, oh, look at that. So here you have it right there. This is multiflora rose, and the way that I learned how to tell is that you can see the curved thorn. Native thorn does not have curved thorns on it. That's what I understood. And then you can see that there's some Japanese honeysuckle in there. But here's the deal: not very thick, not hard to take care of compared to many of the other things. And then I'll have this whole area clean. Beautiful rock pile through here to view. Some great boulders for possibly building with. Who knows? Fossils, whatever else. Okay. Fossils. That's another interesting topic to talk about today. So it turns out, in this part of the country, this was a ocean seashore. So there are many small crustaceans and stuff like that, as well as some fossilized trees, including that in Arkansas. Yes, I'm in Arkansas. There are full-size fossilized trees. There's just some beautiful structures out there in the rocks. I've heard of people getting fossils of starfish. I find that one hard to believe, but who knows? I don't know how long starfish have been around. I heard it's going to rain tonight. It's supposed to be a 53% chance. I heard it was going to be in the afternoon, and we still don't have it. Whenever I see a sun that looks orange like that, to me it's always pollution that causes it. And yes, today that is the case. They are doing controlled burns in the mountains nearby. So yeah, bit of pollution in the air. That's okay. And the sun is almost gone. It's amazing how fast the sun sets. All right. Well, that is that. A lot more work to do. Uh-oh. Okay. You don't see this in the camera. The one concern I wondered about was whether I had there's an invasive pear tree. And now I think I see the flowers of one up there in the forest. So I might have to take a trip up there and go take a look at it sometime. They flower earlier than native species. It's pretty much the signature of any invasive. They have a longer growing season than natives. Don't ask me why. I kind of have ideas why, but why didn't native species take advantage of the climate better than the invasives can manage it pretty well? Who knows? Humans, that's all I can say. Okay. That's it for now. We got the We got the puppers over there by the truck. Sweetie Bear. She's waiting for me. She wants to go home and eat. Okay. Enjoy your evening. See ya.